Hi everyone, it's Scott here from That's English Go 英語研究プロジェクト。よくある間違いを分析します。Delicious もダメ？英語で言えることなくなっちゃうよ。大丈夫。ちゃんと、解説しますので落ち着いてください。今回はですね、皆さんが大好きな Delicious について、根掘り葉掘り、分析します。外国の友達と食事するときに Delicious とか、言いたくなりますよね。だからこそ正しい使い方を覚えた方がいいのではないでしょうか。美味しいものの話をすると何か食べたくなってしまいますね。でもその前にお勉強ですね。So, on today's menu, first we're going to look at the problem and then the reason, the solution, and finish off with some examples. You ready? Bon appetit! First, let's look at the problem. Is it delicious? Is it delicious? In countries like Japan, where food plays such an important part of the culture, people love to talk about how something tastes, the smell, the texture, how something looks even. To help illustrate my point, let's compare cooking shows in Japan versus somewhere like the UK. Scott, it's your turn. What do you think of the caramel pudding? The color is perfect. Not too yellow and not too white. And I love the slightly bitter smell of the caramel. You're so lucky. I want to try some. The texture is firm. And look at how it wobbles on my spoon. I'm going to try some now. So soft, and I can really taste the flavor of the eggs. And it's not too sweet, it just has a mild sweetness to it. Perfect for both men and women. Anybody could enjoy this. Meanwhile, in the UK, and that's all we have time for today. You want to try some? See you next time. Okay, so I'm kind of exaggerating a bit, but I think you get my point. So talking about food in Japan is kind of a big deal. It's all part of the fun. So you want to say the same kind of thing in English. So going back to the original sentence, the problem is with the word delicious. It's a perfectly good word, but there are a few things that I'd like to talk about to help you understand how to use it more naturally. In this section, I want to talk about how native speakers use the word delicious when talking about food. It's only used in very special cases. It's one of the big boys of the language, so it carries a lot of weight. So we shouldn't use it for something simple. Let's say I give you a cookie, something like a country mom, nothing fancy. I wouldn't describe it as delicious. How come? It's not special enough. But if I gave you a cookie that was made by an award-winning pâtissier in the Ritz-Carlton Hotel, I might use the word delicious. So imagine your friend comes to your house for lunch. You cook them some dishes and you want to find out if they're enjoying them or not. It's a perfectly natural thing to ask. どう？おいしい？おいしい。But if you translate おいしい as delicious, it can be a bit too much. Delicious is only used for the most wonderful, most amazing, most mind-bogglingly tasty food in the world. If you ask, is it delicious? It kind of puts the person under a lot of pressure, especially if it's a home-cooked meal. Is it delicious? Delicious? It's nice, very nice. In the next section, we'll look at how to make your guests feel more comfortable in this situation. Now, I know it may be a little disappointing, but instead of using the overly dramatic delicious, it's better to use much more simple words. Adjectives like these: good, nice, great, amazing, incredible, wonderful, super, heavenly, well cooked. If you watch a TV cooking show, a scene in a movie where people are eating, or even a TV commercial, you will very rarely hear the people using the word delicious. It's technically the correct choice of word, but native speakers prefer to say other things like good. Pretty boring, I know, but that's just the way people speak. It looks so good. This is so good. This cake is amazing. How is it? Good. It smells incredible. These are unbelievable. Probably the best piece of advice I can give you is this. Anytime you want to say delicious, just say good instead. This way, you'll sound much more like a native speaker. Let's take a look at 5 example sentences to give you a deeper insight into how this kind of language is used. The first one is this. The quality of ready-made meals available in convenience stores has skyrocketed in recent years. Ready-made meals are food that you can heat up and eat right away. Super easy. That restaurant's carbonara is to die for. It's so good. So good. If something is to die for, it means that you would die to eat it. It's on the same level as delicious. If you were going to die tomorrow, what would you have for your last meal? That's easy. I'd have a pepperoni supreme pizza from Pizza Hut. They are incredible. So here's a bit of trivia for you about the pizza chain Pizza Hut. Well, I think a lot of people in Japan think it means pizza hat. Who wants a pizza hat?
Holy moly!
The real meaning is hut, which means a small house, like a cabin. If you look at the logo, it looks like a hat, but it's actually a hut. The sushi we had in Hokkaido was incredible and definitely not something I'll forget in a hurry. When you say it's something you won't forget in a hurry, it means you will remember it for a long time to come. You can't forget it easily. What's one of the most memorable meals you've ever had? Let me know in the comments. I'm kind of looking forward to hearing about that. The next video I have chosen for you is this one over here. It's about how to talk about textures of food in English. It's actually really interesting, okay? I'll see you over there. Let's go.